IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatter 030046104457. 6. Plant nutrition. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their food. They combine carbon dioxide and water to make glucose. To do this, they need energy from sunlight, which is absorbed by a green pigment, chlorophyll. Chlorophyll converts light energy to chemical energy. The word equation to show photosynthesis is chlorophyll plus light carbon dioxide plus water, carbohydrate plus oxygen plus water. The balanced chemical equation for photosynthesis is chlorophyll plus light 6CO2 plus 12H2O, C6HL2O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. Plant leaves are adapted for the process of photosynthesis by being broad and thin, with many chloroplasts in their cells. From the sugar made by photosynthesis, a plant can make all the other substances it needs, provided it has a supply of mineral ions like nitrates. In daylight, respiration and photosynthesis will be taking place in a leaf. In darkness, only respiration will be taking place. In daylight, a plant will be taking in carbon dioxide and giving out oxygen. In darkness, a plant will be taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. Experiments to test photosynthesis are designed to exclude light, carbon dioxide or chlorophyll, to see if the plant can still produce starch. A starch test can be carried out to determine if photosynthesis has occurred in a leaf. Plants need a supply of nitrate ions to make protein and magnesium ions to make chlorophyll. The rate of photosynthesis may be limited by light intensity, carbon dioxide concentration and temperature. These are called limiting factors. A limiting factor is a factor in the environment that is in such short supply that it restricts a life process, such as photosynthesis. Light intensity, temperature, and carbon dioxide concentration are limiting factors of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide concentration, light intensity, humidity, and temperature are controlled in modern glasshouse systems to give optimum conditions. This ensures that the rate of photosynthesis is kept high so plants produce maximum yield. At dawn and dusk, the rate of photosynthesis becomes equal to the rate of respiration. Cell respiration can be represented with the help of an equation: glucose plus oxygen, carbon dioxide plus water plus energy, C6H12O6 plus 6O2, 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus ATP. Green plants carry out photosynthesis, where the simple inorganic molecules carbon dioxide and water are converted into organic molecules, e.g. glucose and oxygen. Photosynthesis converts light energy to chemical energy. The light energy is absorbed by chlorophyll. A plant converts glucose into a range of other organic compounds, such as sugars, starch, fats, proteins, and DNA. Most forms of life on Earth depend on photosynthesis for their existence. In order to be able to photosynthesize, a plant needs carbon dioxide, water, light, chlorophyll, and suitable temperature. A leaf can be tested for starch by decolorizing it in boiling ethanol and adding iodine solution. The conditions needed for photosynthesis can be investigated by depriving a plant of one condition and comparing its ability to make starch with that of a control plant. IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatter 030046104457. The rate of photosynthesis can be measured in a submerged aquatic plant by measuring the rate of oxygen production. The rate of photosynthesis can be compared under different light intensities or with different temperatures or different concentrations of carbon dioxide. The structure of a leaf is adapted for photosynthesis and gas exchange. The leaf epidermis reduces water loss and protects the leaf against infection. Stomata are pores in the epidermis which allow carbon dioxide to enter the leaf and oxygen to release. The palisade mesophyll is the main photosynthetic tissue. The palisade cells are adapted for photosynthesis. Spongy mesophyll cells constitute the main gas exchange surface inside the leaf. Xylem carries water and mineral ions form the roots to the leaf. Phloem carries the products of photosynthesis away from the leaf, called as translocation, from source to sink. Other elements needed by the plants are supplied by mineral ions in the soil, such as nitrate ions to make proteins and DNA and magnesium ions to make chlorophyll. Keywords: autotrophic, heterotrophic, photosynthesis, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, stomata, diffusion, gradient, chloroplasts, water, xylem, light control experiment, destarched, limiting factor, mineral salts, ions, active transport, water culture, fertilizers. Glossary. Chlorophyll, green substance in plants. It absorbs light energy for use in photosynthesis. Chloroplasts, organelles in plant cells containing chlorophyll. Compensation point, the point at which photosynthesis and respiration in a plant are exactly balanced and one process uses up the products of the other. Palisade mesophyll, a layer of cylindrical cells at right angles to the upper epidermis of leaves. They contain more chlorophyll than other plant cells, and are the main cells concerned with photosynthesis in plants. Photosynthesis, the process by which plants use light energy trapped by chlorophyll to form sugar out of carbon dioxide and water. Spongy mesophyll, the layer of cells in a leaf immediately below the palisade. Trace elements, minerals which are essential for the healthy growth of plants but which are required only in minute quantities, e.g. boron. Lamina, the flat part of a leaf on either side of the midrib. Midrib. The rigid rib in the center of a leaf, containing xylem and phloem. Petiole, leaf stalk. Stomata, pores in the epidermis of plants through which air enters and leaves, and water evaporates during transpiration. IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatha 030046100457. Short MCQs with right answers. 1. A plant is placed in the dark until all its stored starch is used up. The plant is placed in light, with black paper over part of one green leaf. 2. The diagram shows part of a cross-section of a leaf. Which row shows the correct labels? 3. The graph shows the rate of uptake of magnesium ions by two similar plants, X and Y. The roots of each plant were placed in a range of solutions. Each solution contained a different concentration of magnesium ions. All other conditions were kept constant. What is a possible explanation for the difference in the results for the two plants? Plant Y has fewer protein carriers for magnesium ions in its cell membranes. 4 test tubes are set up as shown. Which test tube contains the least carbon dioxide after 1 hour? IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatha 030046100457. 5. Which row shows the uses of some carbohydrates in plants? 6. 4 test tubes are set up as shown and left in bright sunlight. After several hours, which test tube contains the most oxygen? 7. Which statement about photosynthesis is correct? Oxygen and glucose are produced. An experiment is set up to investigate gas exchange in aquatic plants. The hydrogen carbonate indicator solution is orange at the start. Which color is it after 3 hours? Purple. 8. How are most leaves adapted for photosynthesis? They have a large surface area and are thin. 9. Which processes depend on the action of enzymes? 1. Digestion. 2. Respiration. 10. The graph shows how the rate of photosynthesis in a plant varies with light intensity. IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatha 030046100457. Which statements are correct? 1. Between points P and Q on the graph, light intensity is the factor that is limiting the rate of photosynthesis. 2. Between Q and R, another factor is limiting the rate of photosynthesis. 11. The diagram shows part of a transverse section through a leaf. What are the main functions of the three labeled regions? 12. Which description of the function of root hairs is correct? Root hairs absorb water by osmosis. 13. The diagram shows a section through part of a leaf from a dicotyledonous plant. Which cells carry out photosynthesis? 2, 3, and 4. Palisade mesophyll cell, spongy mesophyll cell and guard cell. IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatter 030046104457. 14. Which row shows why plants need magnesium ions and nitrate ions? 15. Which description of the function of root hairs is correct? Root hairs absorb water by osmosis. 16. Which cell type contains the most chloroplasts? Palisade mesophyll 17. Which element is found in a molecule of chlorophyll? Magnesium 18. Which is formed first in a leaf as a result of photosynthesis? Sugar 19. Which mineral ion is absorbed by plant roots and used in the production of all amino acids? Nitrate 20. In the diagram of a plant cell, which feature indicates that it is a palisade cell? Many chloroplasts 21. Which process does not release carbon dioxide to the atmosphere? Photosynthesis of plants 22. How do carbon dioxide and oxygen move in and out of mesophyll cell? Diffusion 23. Which product of photosynthesis moves out of a green leaf through its stomata? Oxygen 24. The average number of chloroplasts in 4 different types of cell taken from a plant is shown. Which is a root hair cell? 0.25. By which process does oxygen pass out of a leaf? Diffusion. 26. What causes the diffusion of oxygen into a plant cell? Movement of molecules. 27. What is formed first in a leaf as a result of photosynthesis? Water 28. Which molecule contains magnesium? Chlorophyll 29. Which row shows the facts of deficiencies in nitrate and magnesium ions on plant growth? Effects of nitrate ions deficiency, stunted growth, and effects of magnesium ions deficiency, yellow leaves. 30. How does the plant use the sugar that it makes? Stored as starch, used for photosynthesis. X, used for respiration, and used to make cellulose, cellulose 31. The equation of photosynthesis is shown. 1 plus 2, glucose plus 3. Which words correctly complete gaps 1, 2, and 3? 1. Carbon dioxide, 2. Water, and 3. Oxygen 32. The nutrient ions present in 4 different soils are shown. Which soil would be best for grown healthy green plants? Nitrate ions, present, and magnesium ions present 33. What is due to the lack of magnesium ions in plant leaves? Leaves yellow between the veins 34. Magnesium is an essential element for the formation of chlorophyll 35. Which stage depends on the use of nitrate ions as a raw material? Sugars, amino acids, carbon dioxide, and water. Sugars, amino acids, proteins 36. Which signs show that a plant has been grown in a culture solution deficient in magnesium? Yellow stem and yellow leaves 37. If a condition is a limiting for photosynthesis, what does this mean? Changing the condition may either increase or decrease the rate of photosynthesis. 38. What is the effect of a lack of nitrate ions on plant leaves? Young leaves grow very slowly 39. What describes the upper cuticle of a leaf? A thin non-cellular layer preventing water loss from the leaf. 40. Which signs show that a plant has been grown in soil deficient in nitrate ions? Small leaves and poor root growth 41. Some organisms live at the bottom of the seas where it is very dark. To synthesize glucose, they use energy from chemicals in the very hot water that comes out of volcanoes. What is the distinguishing feature of these organisms? They do not need to be green. 42. Which part of a leaf contains cells, but with the fewest chloroplasts? Epidermis 43. In photosynthesis, which substances are used up, which are produced, and which are necessary?